What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're having a fantastic day. If my hair looks wet, it's because I've literally just been, I've been to the gym. I did a pretty hard workout. I burned about 1,000 calories. So, you know, we're feeling good. We're feeling fresh. NAKD is currently not looking fresh, but we are still in a good stead. We are just buying time right now. Don't get me wrong. It is literally a case of buying time. And that's all there is to it. Let me bring up the chat a second. Yo, Sultan Ghanim, thank you very much for the I'm guessing, is that Danish, is that Norwegian? I don't know, but thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it highly. Thank you all so much. So, my fellow apes out there for the NAKD army, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I know you'd be having a much better day if the market was green. However, we have seen some interesting price action today, right? So, let me explain. Is the music good, first of all? Is it low enough so it's not like too much, or are we in good stead at the moment? Is it Norwegian? Nice, good stuff. So yeah, right, everyone. We saw a boom candlestick. We saw this massive rise, and this was at 4:30 this morning, and that was in Eastern time. So, you know, that was the original spike we saw. Then we saw it come down. We saw it consolidate at 64. We then saw a boom candlestick out of nowhere. There was no catalyst for this. We just saw it boom up, right? And then it came right back down again and has consolidated at 64 cents roughly, right? So I don't think this is bad at all. Right now, all that's happening is we're barcoding. I think, to be honest, the hedge funders want us to sort of just see level stuff and not see much price action and just be a bit boring, really, you know? Like, they don't want us to get excited over nothing. They don't want to get our hopes up. They want us to be psychologically in the dump. They want us in the trash can, right? They want us to give in to their games, and they want us to give the shares. So let me get onto the 002 Sam, right? So that's the title, so I'll get into that. Right, so right in front of me is the DTCC and the NSCC ruling for the 002. Let me just turn on the music a second. It's a little bit loud in my ears now. I'll put it about there, if that's all right for you lot. Okay, so basically what's happening, right? What this NSCC ruling covers. This right here is all around options, and it's about providing more transparency on the market. What this is going to do is it's going to make hedge funders declare their positions on options. Now, like I said in the group chat before, this isn't going to affect NAKD as much as the DTC 005 will, because that basically is trying to stop all naked shorting, right? So in total, that is going to have a much larger effect on the market, but this NSCC ruling will help stocks massively like AMC, because I believe they have been utilizing options to bring AMC down, whereas NAKD, they have obviously been using naked shorting, and that is why the DTC 005 is going to be very important. Now, you may be wondering, why are we seeing this negative price action still? The DTC 005 is going to be effective. Now, let me get into that. Hedge funders are probably taking the risk of picking up a fine. It's in their best interest to acquire a fine and not lose millions to us, right? So, but as that keeps going, it's going to accumulate, it's going to get higher as we hold, and they will have to give in. They only have a finite amount of resources without zero return back, right? So I believe that is what is going on at the moment, and I think the DTC 005 is actually being broken as we speak by hedge funders trying to keep this stock down. So that's why I really want NAKD and Justin to do an official share count, just to ensure, like, just to basically provide clarity to us retail investors that there is naked shorts in the market that don't actually have any financial weighting behind it, right? Exactly that. They want to cover cheap. They want to cover as cheap as possible. That's the whole point. They don't want to lose money. It's in their worst interest to lose money, right? Also, anyone in the chat right now, I appreciate if you like this this live stream. I appreciate it highly. It just helps get the word out there a bit, you know. I did actually tweet it. I may actually quickly tweet it on my phone a second. But yeah, if you all could like it, that'd be very much appreciated. Every little helps at the moment. That is my dog. I apologize. Don't worry, my dog will shut up in a minute, lads. Alright. Yeah, I appreciate everyone that subbed as well recently. We currently have 1.83 thousand subscribers. That is crazy. Do you not understand how mad that is? 1.83 thousand subs. 1,800 people are currently subscribed to us. Think of that figure. That is mental. That is absolutely mental. Imagine me right now sat in front of 1,800 people talking. You can't. It's ridiculous. It's like going to like 2 secondary schools in the UK and speaking. It's crazy. I can't thank you enough for putting us in this position. NCSS. Sorry, everyone. There we go. Perfect. How do they solicit a share count? Does it cost them? Right. Now, yo, Sultan, chill out, bro. I appreciate it. Anyway. Yo, thank you so much. I'm not even sure how much you donated me. I'm not sure what the current exchange rate is, but I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Thank you, brother. So, Zach, to answer your question, how do they solicit a share count? So, what happens is so Justin can call a share count. He has to consult all the shareholders to potentially make that happen. Now, considering NAK, us retail investors own the majority of the float for NAKD, we are pretty much majority shareholders within the company. So we could actually provide a voting system to like almost make Justin take these hedge funders to court for what they're doing. I've got the term for it, but there's something within the law that allows like minority shareholders to band together to like make Justin send it to court. There's some ruling in that because we own a large majority, you know. I'm not really sure the legislation behind it, but I did see a thing on YouTube about it. So yeah, so what like we're just seeing a lot of barcoding right now. I mean, look at this. Like, it's just very like we saw a couple boom candlesticks, but it came straight back down again. Let's have a look at the exponential moving average. So with the exponential moving average, obviously this upper bracket here, we saw a crossover, and that's where we saw this nice sort of price action up here. But then as we came back down, we became bearish again. I really don't know what caused this. This was very strange. If anyone knows in the chat why this happened, I'd like to know. But one thing that I did see in the Telegram, that apparently the 911 call has... What the heck is that? Yeah, apparently the 911 call has been put in play. Oh, okay. Let me turn that down. That was really off-putting. Sorry, everyone. Hold on. Let me change this music. That was... Yeah. Well, okay. This is a bit nicer. There we go. So yeah, what I was trying to say, so the $9.11 call, right? So we saw, I think it was 13,000 things at 911, and that normally is a market indicator for potential PR coming out. So that would be interesting to see where that happens, because that would be a good thing to watch out for. If there's PR that drops very soon, then when we see the 911 call in the future, that's a very good indicator to suggest that we're going to have some PR. Also, we're potentially owning 1.3 billion shares and only 700 million or so outstanding. How does that work? Some of us are owning counterfeit. Exactly. That's exactly what's going on, right? So, I mean, what's happened is we have bought up the market, right? So basically the broker in itself has messed up because they have issued so many shares that don't actually exist on the market as we speak, right? So we have bought and bought and bought and bought to the point where we now own, I think it's 1.65 times the actual like the amount of outstanding shares that should have been available for public trading, right? So we have basically gone over that quota. So, you know, the fact that we have not seen a rise in price action is absolutely ridiculous because, as you all know, supply is supposed to equal demand. Clearly, because we have traded a lot more than the float, the demand is clearly there. We have shown a massive amount of demand, like absolutely huge amount of demand, right? So the price, like even without the shorting, should be right up there. It should be really climbing up that ladder, and we should be at a very, very high number. Well, not a very high number, but we should be at least $2 at the moment, right? At least. Especially with the fundamentals of NAKD as well. There's no reason why it couldn't. Technically, NAKD is actually in a much better financial position than AMC, than all of these other quote-unquote meme stocks, but I don't see NAKD as meme stock, personally. I know, Zach. The amount of manipulation that we're seeing currently, absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal. Like, they must have taken out so many short. Like, they must have... This is the problem, though, right? But this is something that the DTC is going to crack down on. So when we saw this downward trend, probably financially, the hedge funders weren't losing out when they did this, when they did this ladder attack here. Because the weighting behind their naked shorts didn't have any financial collateral attached to those shorts, right? And that's what the DTC 005 is trying to prevent. Right now as well, what I would say is the reason why we haven't seen that much price action recently within NAKD stock is because we haven't had the volume. We haven't had the same amount of volume as we've had previously, right? So they bring out the NAKD pre. I know we're probably market's just open, isn't it? But let me just quickly go on Market Watch. So I mean, the volume today, we're currently looking. It doesn't say, but we probably had a decent amount of volume, right? And you know, a normal range of volume is around the 97.49 million, and that was over. That was over a certain amount of time. And as you saw previously, yesterday, our volume was only 50.43 million. Now, if we're supposed to try and get up to this 97.46 million to see that massive amount of price action, then we're going to have to really, you know, get moving. But the problem is, when we do buy and show demand for that stock, the hedge funders algorithm kicks in and pounds the stock down. It absolutely pounds it. It's like, you know, it's like we're getting beaten up on the ground because, you know, these hedge funders, they don't actually have that collateral. They don't have any financial, you know, anything attached to those naked shorts they've been taking out illegally, right? And it's not even just the hedge funders' fault, right? Because the way naked shorting works is you have the market maker, the broker, whatever, and you have the hedge funder, right? Hedge funder slips the broker money, and the broker, because he doesn't actually have that share in stock, slips an IOU to the hedge funder, right? So basically what's happening is they are creating shares that don't exist. They may be giving the market maker money, but there is no financial weighting behind it because that share should not exist in the first place, right? I'm not sure if I explained that correctly, but I have made a video about it, so go check that out. But yeah. I'll buy the deep and come back 1 mil. Yeah. Blows up mine. Definitely above one. Definitely has the best fundamental. Definitely has the best. I think we are 2 billion shorts. That's about $1 million a day short interest fee. Yeah, so actually, let's have a look at Fintel. I know Fintel does not explain the picture whatsoever because naked shorts are not. They're not put out there. They're simply done under the table. They're done behind closed doors. Hence why the dark pools are being used for them. Things like that. That's what we have seen. Let me bring it up for you. Short interests. So today the short interest on Finto is apparently only 26%. So, I mean, that is a lot lower considerably than these other days. But as you see, there's currently only 4,000. However, the naked short borrow fee rate has gone up by about 0.17%. So we are seeing NAKD become a higher cost to borrow stock to short, right? Which is very, very good. We boys even allowing shorting for NAKD. Yeah, exactly. Because it shouldn't be shorted. People who are shorting right now are asking for their money to be wasted, really. So I think once we're able to break $3.40, we'll see the real squeeze. I'm sure that that we'll have after. Yeah, so I think when we get some PR, right? This is what I have in mind. I think NAKD is going to acquire a company. That's going to drive a positive reaction on the market. Now, as you all know, we have seen a very, very negative reaction on the market recently, right? And every negative reaction on the market has to have an equal positive reaction when something good happens. So I think that when some good PR is released, it's going to provide a real good catalyst to see a nice upward trend. Now, an example of this is when Alt Global actually invested within NAKD. You know, like when they bought those amount of shares at the 0.72 price when NAKD was actually trading at around 0.48. We saw a massive spike up when that happened. It was a catalyst, right? And then we saw the hedge funders be like, no, this can't happen. We're losing too much money, and brought it back down again. So, you know, there's a lot of manipulation. It's when do you think we'll hit $1? Well, we did actually hit $1. If you see back here, do you mean when we'll consolidate at $1? Because personally, I think that we'll hit $1 once we get some positive PR, or when one of these other ones blow up. Actually, we're seeing a very nice price action currently on GME. GME's having a nice start to the market. This could be the new NSCC 002 ruling, but it's not being implemented until Wednesday, I believe. So we still have a day to see that rule kick in and see what it actually does to the market. But yeah, it's looking strong. GME's looking strong right now. S&P 500's mellow. FUTU sort of mellow as well. I mean, 1% up. What is everyone up to today anyway? What does everyone think of NAKD at the moment? I mean, I'm interested to know. Wow, GME's going 7%. I saw a real nice boom candlestick. Yo, what's good, Anna? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Wow, these hedgies, they love it right now, don't they? They love it. Because what I think is actually going on right now, Naked Army. Yeah, NAKD's in a good position right now. I think what's going on right now is the hedge funders are still continuing to naked short this stock, and they are actually taking the penalty. I think they're just going to break the rule and actually just take the financial fine. That's what I think is going on at the moment. But that won't become profitable for like after a while. They're not going to be able to do that forever because the fine is still going to be pretty extensive. So I think they're going to try and whittle as many people out possible until these rules are really, really enforced. Does that make sense? But we are close to D-Day. We are close, I think. But again, not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, just to make that clear in everyone's heads, right? I am merely someone who just studies. I study business management, but I just look at the stock market, pretty much. You know, I'm like you. I'm like you. You lot probably know more than me, in all honesty. But you know, I just studied this stock. I don't really know much about these other stocks. I mean, CTRM is so. Look at this, man. Very similar to NAKD. Can we just zoom in on this? Can we just zoom in on that? That candlestick? Hello? What's that? SNDL's rising. That's interesting. So SNDL saw a nice little bounce off there. Okay. GME's currently around 215, pretty solid. AMC is currently around 5%. All pretty good right now. AMC saw the exact same as us. Could I just put that out there? You see that? That initial the thing, exact same as NAKD, exact same as CTRM. The only one that's different is currently SNDL and GME. So actually GME saw a pretty bad red candle as well. So all the meme stocks saw this sort of red candlestick. So I wouldn't be too concerned at all. I'm chilling. If you're ever concerned about the price action, if you're ever concerned about seeing red, what you'll need to do, go outside. Go outside. Don't panic over the market. Your money's still gonna. You're still gonna own a share of NAKD. NAKD's not gonna go anywhere. Well, unless it squeezes, obviously. And then yeah, but you know, just take a chill pill. Go outside. See your missus, see your mister, whatever your preference is, and have a good time, you know? Just got to 50k shares today. Not taking any profits until 5 mil. Love that. Oh, wait, until $5. Sorry. I thought you said 5 mil. Sorry, wait. Tourist though, why not? Wait, what would that be? So... So you'd be looking at 100. So to get 5 million, you need $100 a share. I mean, you might be stretching that a little bit, but who knows? The 230 movement may strike. You never know. I just hope that group doesn't actually dump that 911 mark, because there is there's a fairly large NAKD community that are talking about leaving the stock at 911, but. I don't know. I don't know if they are going to. But I'm afraid I'd buy more. Yeah, exactly. Like the great Warren Buffett said. Warren Buffett quotes. Here we go. Where is it? I was trying to find it. You know, the one where when people are scared, be greedy. When people are greedy, be scared. That one. That's all we need to bear in mind, right? A lot of you are probably fearing in your boots. So what do? You buy more, you average down. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing currently. If NAKD hits below... so my current average is 60 cents. So what I'll probably do is wait for it to go to around 58 cents and buy more. I'm getting some capital pretty soon, so I'll probably invest like another 2 grand into it, I think. I'll do it on stream actually. I wonder how my trading 2-on-2 account's looking today. Let's have a look. And just so you know, I'm really easy when it comes to, like, you don't know my positions. I like providing full transparency. So that's why I do this here. So you can see what I currently own and what I don't. So as you see, this is my stock account currently trading at 1,278. Yeah, so AMC's currently up around $393, and my NAKD's currently, I'm still at a £29 profit. So to keep full transparency, this is my average price, 0.6. How the heck is Elbrand still going up? Is Elbrand still going up, is it? Wait, I don't know. What is Elbrand's currently? Oh, the London Stock Exchange is on here. I didn't even realise. $66. Jeez. Fair play. Most popular. I'm not sure whether I like Trading 212 or not. I like the GUI. It's got a nice system attached to it. My only problem is the level 2 data. I thrive with level 2 data because I'm a big graph reader. I'm not that good at actually understanding the numbers and the price action. Josh is much better than me at that. But I'm probably better than him at reading the graphs. So we sort of have that, you know, that balance there. And talking of Josh, if you're wondering where he is, he's currently digging up his garden. So... You know, he's chilling right now. Yo, Lemberard Nabil, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it. Yo, anyone new, feel free to hit that sub. Get us closer to that 1,000, or that 2,000 mark. I keep messing up. 2,000 subscribers. That's a crazy number. Man, imagine having 2,000 people in front of you. It's so difficult to actually understand, like, just to comprehend, you know? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Thank you all so much for putting me in this position, honestly. So, high volatility. I mean, a lot of the ones that are volatile right now, I mean, super dry. What's happened here, then? It will happen 2,000 soon. What, $2,000 a share? What? Why does super? What's happened to Superdry then? Why is it seen a spike? Does anyone have any stocks you want me to check out? I'm sorry. Bro, hold on. Hold on. How much? For that? Sorry. What? Chat. My man looks like Big Hero 10. What the? 1,770 for that? Yo. GME? Is it going? Oh, GME's chilling. It's chilling. I see a nice increase. It's all that boom candlestick, but you know, I'm not sure like whereabouts it's going. GME is one of the strong ones, but not financially. It should not be trading at $213, but at the same time, it went because it still has a high short interest, you know. And when it squeezes, this baby is probably going to go to minimum 500, I reckon. But GME is already in a strong position, and very similar to the way AMC is consolidated at the mark which it managed to sort of get up to. So AMC sort of just was a late GME if you look at it, right? So we saw AMC back here, you know, we saw it go from $12 all the way up to around $76, and then it managed to consolidate around 52. And very similarly to, you know, when GME actually saw that massive spike ages ago, we saw, so this is what happened to GME. So we saw it go from down here, go up, come back down, go up, and then it consolidated around the 200 mark. So, you know, I think GME, you just have to play GME very carefully, is what I'd say. If you're in GME, be careful with that, because that could go south because the company's not in a strong financial position. It's not fundamentally sound like NAKD, but I would say that there is money to be made there, but you just need to be careful and, you know, play your game like safely, you know. Edge on the side of caution with it. Whereas NKD, you can go crazy because the company's so undervalued and fundamentally sound. Done. Right, so how are we looking today on the chart? Let me figure this out a little bit. So around there and there. So I think according to this, right? So there's, you need to check WLL. I will check that in a second. So just doing a quick graphical analysis of NAKD, right? And this is on a 1 hour chart. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of support. So that is pretty strong. That's a strong support structure. And 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points of resistance. So right now this is in a good structure. I mean it's in a bearish flag, don't get me wrong. But if we can stay within this bearish flag, I mean, we'll probably see lows of potentially 57 cents. But I expect it to bounce off that at some point. As soon as we get out of this, I reckon we're actually going to see it go back up to 70 at minimum. Potentially actually bounce up to $1. That's what a lot of people have been predicting. Because we didn't actually complete that initial come down because someone bought in and, you know, it created a large amount of hype and, you know, pushed NAKD's price up. Yo, AMC's tanking right now. Seeing minus 8%. Jeez. GME's coming down. Have you all noticed how they literally are synced? They are so in tune with each other, right? You see GME currently coming down. You see SNDL currently coming down. You see CTRM currently coming down. You see NAKD currently coming down. You see AMC tanking. Minus 8% in a day. Yikers, yikers. But we hold strong. We don't care about that stuff. Okay, I'll quickly check WLL. This one. Ooh. Very nice price action on this. Bro, don't get me started on Bitcoin, man. That's a tough. That is tough, man. What's happened here then? Why does this happen? What happened? Rising petroleum price target raised to 55 cents or $55 a share from $53 by Key Blank. So basically what's happened is analysts have sort of upped the price of where this stock should be, and that has created hype around it and essentially increased the price. You're probably seeing, I mean, 33,000 volumes really not much in honesty, but I'm guessing we must be seeing a fair bit of buying power. Yeah, so a lot more buying than there is selling and just a lot neutral. I mean, there's not really much going on with it, like price action wise, but you know, it's seen steady inclines. But again, what's the ceiling for this? Where will it go? Why is WLL so good though? Has it got like a high short interest or is it just fundamentally sound, or what's up with it? WLL, short interest. That one. 10%. I mean, it's quite a low cost to borrow. Came from chapter. Okay. Yeah, hold on. Let me bring up my Binance. We'll jump on Binance now, and we'll talk about the crypto world. So. This is pain. This is the definition of what pain looks like. Like, what is going on here? Bruh. My Dogecoin. No. I literally bought at 30 cents as well. I took an L here. I took a big L. But you hold strong. You only lose if you sell. That is the moral of the situation. No matter what, you're always going to hold that many shares. You're always going to hold that many cryptos, what you bought it for. You own that token. You own that share. right? You will only lose if you sell at a loss, right? So, you know, that's why we're sort of holding strong with all of these, right? We just, the market is in absolute bits right now. I don't know what is going on. Bitcoin is down heftily at the moment, thanks to Mr. Musk over there and Mrs. Powell. You know, they're in a bit of a war at the moment, aren't they? Bro, Bitcoin's actually come down to 28. Bitcoin's going to... right, everyone, I'm putting my bets here. Bitcoin is going to drop to 24,000 and it will bounce up to around... I'm going to predict 60,000. Yeah, Biden, that's... But can I just say something as well with the whole Bitcoin situation, right? Yeah, so Biden is in. Yeah, he's putting the American economy in a state. Biden was just at my home the other day. Well, not actually at my home, but he was in my hometown. Like he was in Cornwall, which is where I live. If you don't know, like you can know if you want. Like he was literally here for the G7 summit, right? And I had to stay inside for this man. He's completely ruined my portfolio. Why do I have to wait for him? You know. Lol. But yeah, man, it's tough. But I do believe that it's going to bounce off the bottom at some point. You're going to see lower lows before you see higher highs, right? So yeah, but Biden's got the whole world on strings with his economy, his economical policies, right? What did Biden say? What's he said now? Biden economy. So he's given jobs. Like now, this is what happens with Bitcoin, right? And for any investors out there, when the US dollar is up, Bitcoin tanks. I don't know what it is, but it's always the way, right? So as you saw, we saw a rise recently from the dollar. So from the 15th, we saw the dollar creep up to that 72 pence. So 72 pennies, which as you know, the pound is currently stronger than the dollar. So what that is going to do, or what it's done, is it's decreased the amount of price. And got lumber would have been banking still. If I'm fed up deals, kind of. Yeah, I've got to admit, Biden's the worst thing to happen to the economy at the moment. No one's making money with Biden in. I mean, it's a rough time. It is a rough time. Apart from us, NAKD8s, we will be making money, baby. But you know, the rest of it is in strings. I mean, I'm probably going to lose around... well, I'm currently at a massive loss in my crypto account. Oh, let me see if I can bring up on my phone a sec. Where we at? Binance. Oh, I don't particularly want to sign in. Ugh. Oh, yeah. I want to show you all what my portfolio is at the moment. It's literally just Dogecoin. I literally invested so heavily in Dogecoin, and I invested about $1,400, and it's now just, yeah, it's a shambles. It's an absolute shambles. So I'm just signing into my phone. Okay, so enable. Okay, there we go. Right, so my wallet right now is currently $922, and I initially put in $1,400. I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming. I mean, granted, I do have about 300 in US tender, which isn't actually too bad. So I may actually put that in Dogecoin and buy the dip. But yeah, it's just a rough time for crypto, right? I mean, right now, let me show you all. So that, I'm not sure if you all can see, but I currently have $618 in Dogecoin, and I bought it around 30 cents. How would this new rule help NAKD? Where there are no options. So, to be honest, Trap, this rule probably won't help NAKD massively. But what it will do is, once this is implemented, when you see the likes of AMC and GME, who actually this rule actually affects because it's options, it will have an effect on the market, because if they now have to if they now have to present their options and they have to be like a lot more transparent with them, this is going to cause AMC and GME to go up in value. And bear in mind, for anyone who's wondering why this actually hasn't seen anything good today and why AMC's down, the reason for that is because this rule has not been implemented yet. This rule gets implemented at, I think tomorrow, actually. I think it gets implemented tomorrow. I think it's the 23rd this rule gets implemented. So that's why we haven't seen much price action with it, right? So have no fear with that, right? So what this rule is saying, as you can see here, so SLD on a daily basis rather than only in advance of the monthly options expiry date periods, establish an industry obligation that would apply in advance of options expiry activity periods and may also be applied on other days as needed. So they're basically just going to have to submit filings a lot more for these options and just be a lot more transparent on the market, which is very, very positive for all of us. And the way this is going to affect NAKD is it's going to create a snowball. If AMC and GME go up, as we saw back in the day, right, when GME saw that big rise, when we saw GME go there, right, and AMC, we saw it go there, right, NAKD also saw a rise on that day up to $1. Now, if they squeeze, what do you think is going to happen to NAKD? What do you think is going to happen to CTRM? As you see, CTRM also saw a small increase, not nearly as much as NAKD. But you know, these stocks here, you saw SNTL $1.50. You know, there is a lot of price action currently like taking place at the moment as we speak, you know, that we don't see behind closed doors. There is a big sort of correlation between these stocks. There you go. Anna explained it better than me. 002 will trigger margin calls more regularly and when no collateral and doesn't provide collateral. Yeah, for sure, Trap. So NAKD, so you may be wondering what's going to have a better effect for NAKD. Now, the truth is, NAKD, the DTC 005 is going to have a much larger effect on NAKD because it's cracking down on naked shorting. And we all know that the 002 won't affect NAKD because NAKD doesn't have options, right? So the one that we need to pay attention for NAKD is the 005, but we also need to pay attention to the 002 to see that snowball effect from AMC and GME from this 002 being implemented. It's all going to provide that snowball effect. That's what we're currently looking for at the moment. I hope that explained it. What does anyone in chat want me to check out anything? Perfect, nice one. Okay, so for anyone currently in the chat right now, do you have anything you want me to look at? Be sure to put it in chat. Any stocks you want me to cover? The corpse of HMNY. When will a Chapter 7 stock be untradeable? I don't know. Wait, what's the HMNY? What's that? Helios and Madison. Wow, a lot of barcoding. This is what you saw with CTR or not CTRM, HCMC. This is what we saw. Very, very tough. I mean, you're not going to see big returns of this. And not without some insane PR, because this is... I mean, they've got so many shares. Oh, actually, 600 and... You see, for a normal stock, right, 636 million shares is considered a lot. But for the likes of NAKD, where we bought up 1.3 billion and we have a large amount of volume in a day... You know, imagine if NAKD was this price. Just imagine how many shares we bought. It'd be flipping crazy, man. It'd be absolutely nuts. When's it kicked off the market? Even penny stock. So was it currently listed on? Is it just a pink sheet? I mean, look at HCMC, like that thing tanked massively. I mean, I don't actually know is your answer. I don't know when it will get delisted and stuff, but... But, right, everyone, look how many shares are currently in HCMC. Like, it's crazy. This is diluted to hell. Honestly, that Helios one isn't actually a bad one. You could, if you got a lot of retail investors behind that, that'd be one that you could actually really drive the price up for. Just if you showed demand for that stock, it'd be great for a pump, honestly. Yeah, it is a little bit. NAKD currently has 8.3 million worth of volume. That's not too bad. Are the insiders still selling their shares of NAKD? No. Where did you see that? I don't believe so. Institutional ownership. Old Global still own theirs. So you saw... Now you see, most of them have just stayed the same. I mean, no one actually got rid of shares. What do I think about Torch? Torch is an interesting one, man. Torch is one of those very, like, sort of... It's a momentum stock, in my opinion, Torch is. I'm not sure whether I like it fundamentally, but, you know... yeah, TCH. Yeah, I mean, today, look, you saw a lot of momentum behind it today. Oh, wait, when was this? So this was yesterday, yeah. So you saw that massive spike up. I mean, it's currently trading at $9, you know? It's one of those that with momentum behind it, it really takes off, as shown here. And it had a nice spike back here as well. I mean, look at the volume for Torch today. There's already around, there's over 60 million. The orders are crazy in this right now. A lot of FUD, Sam. Could you warn everyone? Even Yahoo reposted Investor Place, misleading article, another one. Yeah, there is a lot of FUD. Is that about NAKD, Anna? If so, then yeah. Honestly, for anyone who is in the stream and you're scared about, you know, reading negative stuff about NAKD, stay away from mainstream media. They will manipulate the hell out of the situation because they are owned by hedge funders. So, like, for example, I believe CNBC currently has Citadel as one of the ownership group, right? CNBC owners. I'm pretty sure Citadel is some form of owner within CNBC. And they do slip money. Bear in mind, right? Like, these media companies, they are businesses at the end of the day. They don't really care about giving you actual facts. They don't care about giving you proper news. What they care about is they care about their bottom end. They care about their dollar. They don't care about us. They don't care about news. They don't care about telling the truth. If they did, they would be screaming from the hills, and they would be telling us and getting us behind us with this, because they want to stick to the big guy, but they don't, right? They want us to be in the they want us to be in the dirt so they can make a bit more dollar from the hedge funders who steal from us every single day. Right? And that's facts. I don't care. If you can't tell, for me, this whole movement is personal. I mean, you know, these are the people who are in their high offices, you know, not having a care in the world for anyone, like sort of below them. And, you know, they just think they're in a good position. They think that they can bully us to the point that we will just give up our positions. No. We're better than that. I better be careful with what I say, but, you know, it's true. It's true. I'm not one to hold back. Yeah, Torch is seeing some mad volume. With this amount of volume behind Torch, is in a very good place at the moment to potentially consolidate at this mark. Torch is one of those that it just needs to remain like with that volume behind it to make it like sort of be in that nice zone. Torch Energy surges after extending outside date for metamaterial deal. Interesting. Why did that gain a good public reaction? Now, yeah, Linus, let me have a chat about NAKD currently, right? So NAKD currently, we're not getting the volume behind it as AMC is. As you see, AMC is already on 40 million. People are buying AMC at this 40 million. Whilst it's coming down, they are really boosting that. Like the volume and the retail investors behind it is what's driving AMC to consolidate at that $50 to $60 mark, right? Whereas NAKD, the reason why we're seeing this downtrend is because these hedge funders they have a lot of naked shorts still available. They probably still have a fair few, and they're utilizing them because we don't have the volume to back up like AMC does, right? The reason why AMC is able to fight back as well as it does is because the volume behind it. That's all there is. I mean, if we actually bring up some tickers today, so you currently see the active selling power. So this is probably a lot of naked shorts. Why would people sell AMC right now? Apart from potential, you know, profit takers at this point. Why would you sell it when you've seen a massive increase, right? Because I reckon a lot of the people who would have sold are probably sold at that $70 mark, and that's why we see it consolidate back down to around $50, right? So this right here is probably manipulated hedge funders, right? And right here is probably apes who are buying it up and buying the dips. And that's the difference between AMC and NAKD currently. We don't have that sort of retail power behind us at the moment. You see, you know, this is probably all naked shorts as well. They could, and this is what I was actually saying to people in chat. That's why I don't believe NAKD is ever going to reverse split, because they would want us to be compensated for us getting them out of the mud. So what I can see happening is if it comes down to the wire by October, I think NAKD may actually see some, they'll buy back some shares. Do you think the price of CTRM will increase because it has more and more ships and revenue? CTRM for me is a weird one. It really is. Now, I was a shareholder within CTRM, and I will admit I sold at a loss. I took it out. I sold it at 40 cents, right? And this was before the reverse split. And now, Boris, do I think CTRM will increase? Potentially. I'll give it a potentially. It's definitely got that potential. It's got a good fundamental structure there. They're using the capital to, I guess, increase the business. But what I don't like about CTRM is the management. The management of CTRM really, really, really ruined this company, and it ruined it for a lot of retail investors. First, you saw a public offering. You saw a large public offering right back here, right? So it was here. So they did a public offering of 125 million at a public share price of 65 cents. Which is stupid, which was absolutely, positively stupid. And I will scream that from the hilltops. The actual CTRM price at the time, it wasn't 65 cents. When was this reported? This was on 0405, right? So it's going to be difficult to show now because of the reverse split. But basically, right, let me try and find it. But yeah, right. So with what's happening there? Right. So with CTRM, right, the price at the time, because I remember seeing this when I originally saw CTRM do this public offering, the price of CTRM was around 90 cents. So why did they do an offering at 65 cents? It was never that low ever. So that's problem number one. So bearing in mind, 120... So, okay, let me do the maths on this a sec. So, CTRM, they basically did an offering of 201.25 million shares. What? When the actual float at the time was it was low. I don't understand it. I don't. 30 cents impossible, always massive bounce back off 58. Sorry, let me catch up with the chat. Stay patient and strong with AKD, and by the way, we are far away from a new low. Yeah, I know. The lowest AKD's been in a while has been, I think, was it 45 cents we hit like a while back? Yeah, 46 cents. You saw it here. Actually, no, it did hit 40. Yeah, about 46 cents was our low before, right? So, you know, it's all right. It's all right. Hey, if it goes down there again, you best believe I'm putting my bank account into it. I swear to God. If we get some deals like that, I don't think it will, but if we can get deals like that, happy days. I like to put another $300 to $1K into NAKD, but want as many shares as possible for my dollar. I don't mind buying dips, but if NAKD is going to 30 cents, yeah, so the thing is with NAKD, I don't think it will hit 30 cents. I think the lowest NAKD could probably go. Now, the way I look at it, hold on, let me do a quick sort of golden selection, because that's the good way, right, to sort of show you. So that was the high that we saw, so around the $1 mark, right? So I think 59 cents, potentially 55, I think. I think 59 cents is probably our next support structure. And I think if we hit, I think it will bounce off 59 personally. If not, then we may see 46 again. But you know, I'm fine. I don't mind fire sales personally, but I know a lot of you may be worried. But when people are scared, be greedy. When people are greedy, be scared. That's the golden rule. So yeah, I mean, the trap. This isn't financial advice, but personally, if you want to get the most for your dollar, I would wait a little bit longer. And I know I may get a bit of stick for that, but I think it could drop a little bit more. But there's always that fear of missing out though. So yeah, do you? We are bouncing now. What makes you think that, Patrick? What do you think the floor would be, Anna? So Anna thinks it'll bounce off at 58 cents. That's close to my 59-cent prediction. NAKD go down every day. Why? It's just naked shorting, bro. It's nothing. I mean, it's still naked shorting. The DTC clearly haven't enforced the rule properly yet, or the hedge funders are actually just taking the fines for it. NAKD is a lot closer to the low, the low price than the 52-week high price. I've been buying from $1.58 all the way down to 67 cents. I'm still buying, but once OCT 2 hits and it's still dipping. I mean, so Linus, to answer your question, I know NAKD's been dipping, but right, remember this. NAKD has still seen a very, very nice spike up. We saw it almost hit $1, right? And if you did average down, so you managed to average down to around 67 cents. So when it was up there, you saw 30% gains, right? So right now, you're in a slight loss. Okay. That sometimes you have to see red to make profit. You have to be able to back the red. You have to be able to, push through that stress to become rich. That's the way I see it. Starting to curl up. Yeah, I was thinking it was going to hit resistance. I have averaged down to 77 from 83. That's good. That's nice. 77 cents is a good price. I think anything below 70, in my opinion, is probably like a really good price. But anything below $1 is pretty good. The entire market dipped like crazy and it's showing signs of stability and recovery. Yeah, and similar to crypto actually, because I saw Bitcoin was actually making a little bit of a resurgence there. Or maybe tripping. I don't know. Let's have a look. What's Bitcoin doing? Yeah, Bitcoin's up another 300. Oh no, yeah, I mean, it's seen a little green candlestick, so maybe bouncing. Okay, let's have a look at the current selling. So as you see, NAKD currently, interestingly enough, we saw a lot of overbuying at the start, and then it was almost like they suppressed us. You see us now being below 20, like that's really low on the RSI. That shows that we're being heavily oversold currently, right? That's crazy, man. I'm guessing the BOLL was going to be pretty similar. Yeah, so you see it being in this upper bracket, and then we've now dipped into the lower. Nothing to be concerned about. When the BOLL is actually in this blue section, it's actually a pretty good time to buy because it's likely to rebound back off it. As you sort of see here, like when it was below this blue, if you bought then, you would have made a quick profit. That's something that I've actually learned with like sort of the analytic tools of the market. And like here, if you bought here, if you bought like sort of in this dip, it would have gone back up there. So it does sort of make sense a little bit if you were swing trade. Back over 62, yeah. I mean, we saw a nice little green candlestick. I don't know if we're going to see the bounce. I don't know, it'll be interesting. Definitely keep an eye on it. Or if you're scared of seeing red, go outside, do something, walk your dog, do something like that. AMC. Yeah, AMC is well below. So now technically, if you were in AMC, now would be a pretty good time to buy into AMC to get that back up into that upper bracket. Because you saw a heavy negative reaction on the market, so you have to see an equally positive reaction. Because you actually see it here as well. I mean, this is the only time where that strategy hasn't actually worked, right? As it's coming down here. But when it consolidates, you see blue. It's not actually a bad time to buy. Because you saw here, like if you bought here just for the spike, you would have made around $10 just like that per share. The SPD 500. I mean, interesting day for it. Saw a nice resurgence from it. The S&P's up a fair bit today. It's looking quite bullish, especially yesterday. Very nice day. What's SNDL doing? So SNDL's come back down to 88 cents. It's very similar to AMC and AKD, may I add, as well. And they haven't seen the big candlesticks, but these candlesticks were green when I last checked. So the fact that they have now become red again proves that they are also in that stock. The pattern I've been observing is that hedge funders short the hell out of it first thing in the morning. And then day traders penny flip it in conjunction with the barcoding algo. Yeah, that sort of seems to be what's going on. I agree with that. Yeah, you know, I actually am really against people day trading. I mean, I'm not against people day trading and such, but these stocks, if they knew the benefit, they wouldn't day trade. They just wouldn't. You know, a prime example of that is I don't know what I throw him under the bus. I mean, he said it on the stream, so I'll say, you know, Todd, right? I know I've been on the show and that, but I'm just going to sort of make a point here. Him day trading is actually harming the stock, right? Because he was saying that he's day trading. He said it on his stream. And this is no hate towards him. Can I just make that clear? But I think that he needs to be educated into why we've invested within NAKD. If that makes sense. So he sort of needs to see the facts and figures of the naked shorting and to understand why we've done it, in a sense, for him to stop trading pennies. Because I think a lot of corporate bodies like that, they look at trading and stuff from a very sort of boomer perspective, in a sense, right? They don't see this new form of trading. So if we can educate him into our new methods of trading and actually get him to understand why we're doing it, it could help. It could help. And we may see less penny flippers then. Because we need to spread the message out to a lot of the other people who are just trading for pennies. Because they may not even know of the... I mean, Todd knows about the NAKD army, but he probably doesn't know what it involves and what's in it. So, yeah. The exponential moving average currently down pretty heavily, bearish trend there. I'm interested to see what Moomoo's analytics saying on my phone, because they normally do a pretty good analysis. So the effective pattern, so the short-term trend is bearish, MACD death cross, the midterm trend is bullish. The midterm trend is bullish on the RSI and the MACD. The trend is bearish on the moving average short alignment. So, yeah, that sort of makes sense. That's pretty much what I said. So there are a few bullish indicators sort of midway, but yeah, exactly. NEKD is sort of like a ticking time bomb. It will explode at some point, same as all these other ones. We're just waiting for the hedge funders to stop, really. That's all it is. I mean, oh, GME's up massive right now. Well, not massive, but it's seen a nice day. But yeah, NEKD's in a strong position, in my opinion. Yo, to anyone new in the chat, I appreciate it if you subscribe. We're currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and if you could help me get there, that'd be very much appreciated. We're on the grind. We're trying to get there. We're trying to bring you all as much content as possible to make you all as educated as possible with what's going on in the market. So any support is appreciated, you know? Oh. Oh no. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. You do a better job than the CEO of NAKD promoting this stock. I still have my limit order to buy 4,000 shares at 50 cents. Yeah, to be honest, Lolis, you may be on saying that. I think it could potentially go down to 50 cents. Because the way I have it, if we don't bounce off the 58 cents, the next support is around 48, right? And that is the lowest it's ever been, around 47, 48 cents. So so what I predict happen is it will come down, and we'll either see a bounce at 58 or it will continue coming down to 48 and then bounce there. It has to bounce somewhere. There has to be a positive reaction somewhere, right? Because as good as you are with your research on AKD, they're still moving up. Yeah, I get it. To those that goes, the more I invest. Exactly. Average down. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm actually, yeah, I'll bring up my Train 212 account again. Oh, that was, I was looking up something for my mate there. Okay, so to be fully transparent with my positions, because if I'm sort of like explaining a stock, I like to be invested or like have some sort of connection with it. So for NAKD at the moment, you see my positions here. Like I'm not gonna BS you at all with anything that I own. This is exactly what's happened. My history for buying, you see that I keep filing. I buy. I sold one share back in the 26. I don't really know why I sold. And right at the very start in February, I bought and I sold. And I actually learned from that. So this is the 12th of February. This is pretty much exactly when I made the YouTube channel. This is before I actually read into NAKD properly. And ever since then, I pretty much just bought, right? Yeah, exactly, mate. That's the way you have to look at it, you know? You're buying NAKD at a hot sale price, an absolute hot sale price. If Justin pulls off even an inch of what he is capable of doing, this is going to be a great buy. He is going to make it up to at least a $3 stock, probably a lot more. Me and Josh have the price target for NAKD at $30 over the next 5 years. But that $30 is the very lower end of our prediction. We base it off, well, Josh actually did it on stream last time if you want to check it out. But he did it based on earnings per share. He included a lot of factors into it to come to that conclusion. And $30 was the very lowest over the next 5 years. He said the highest it'll probably go is around 100. But that's not including the squeeze, right? Squeeze could go a lot higher. But, yeah. That is sort of where we are at currently with it. Right, I'm going to quickly refill on water, everyone. I'll be right back in a second. Enjoy. All right, we are back. Right. Let's get this party going again. I'm all refilled on water. So we have finished the 2 hours. I'm sticking to this live stream pattern, by the way. For anyone who doesn't know my stream schedule, it's on my Twitter feed. Hold on, let me bring it up a second. For anyone new. Yeah, what's good? Got anyone interested? Yeah, what's good, mister? How's it going? Mr. Niner. So yeah, so this is my new stream schedule for anyone who doesn't know, and I'm going to stick to this as much as I can. So this is going to be this week. It'll probably change next week because I have to do it based on my work shifts. But this should be good for this week. We're in quite a strong position here. So as you see, Monday I'm 2 till 3. That was yesterday, and I did that. Tuesday I'm 2 till 4. Thursday I'm 2 till 4. Friday I'm 2 till 4. Saturday 2 till 3, and Sunday I am 6:30 until 7:30. Exactly, mate. It's a ticking time bomb. It is actually a ticking time bomb. Technical bottom out, right, at 51 retracement. Oh, interesting, right. Has anyone done a Fibonacci retracement on AKD? Because I'm interested to know what our bottom is, because I think that our low at the moment is around 57 cents, because we've already gone past our 66 cent support structure. So our next support structure to bounce off of is 57 or 50, 58, 57, so... What's AMC looking like? AMC is currently down 3%, not too shabby. So Black Ops, the current rule is being implemented tomorrow. On the NSCC filing, let me quickly show you all. It says that it will be implemented on the 23rd. So that'll be tomorrow. Oh, this is just the... Yeah, I mean, I saw it somewhere. It's the 23rd of June. You can find it somewhere. So this is going to be implemented tomorrow. That's why we've seen AMC be quite low. And that's why we've seen GME be quite low as well. Actually, GME's sort of been pretty good today, actually. It's up 8%. That's pretty good. 23rd for NAKD. So, NAKD, the NSCC 002 is not going to affect NAKD massively. In a sense, right, hold on, let me sort of rephrase that. It's not going to affect it directly. It will affect AMC and GME directly. And what I expect to happen is when AMC and GME rocket up, NAKD follows suit. So what I recommend, what I think is going to happen is tomorrow, when this rule is implemented, AMC and GME is going to probably see a nice spike tomorrow, and NAKD will probably follow suit. That's normally what happens. I'm not a financial advisor, don't quote me on that, but that's what I think could happen, right? But yeah, the NCSS 002 is all about the options filing and stuff. Anna actually explained it pretty well earlier. It is... Where is it? 002 will trigger margin calls more regularly and basically provide financial collateral for the hedge funders and stuff. That's what I think is going to happen at the end of the day. You know, I'm not a financial advisor, but I think that could be what happens, personally. And what I actually want NAKD to do today is go down to 57 cents, because then there's more likely to bounce off of it. It'll be at that support structure. It'll bounce off the support structure when this NSCC is filed tomorrow. So that's what I think could happen. I don't know if it's going to happen, but you never know. Does anyone have any stocks you want me to check out? I am all ears. Banger. Okay, Torch, yeah, so I spoke about Torch at the start. So let's have a look at Torch. So Torch saw a massive surge today. Torch currently has 77 million's worth of volume, and that will be a lot of people taking profits because Torch hasn't reached that high before, from what I know. So this will be a lot of people taking profits. This right here is a massive, massive, massive momentum stock, right? Congratulations if you're invested in Torch because you have made a very, very nice sum of money. But yeah, this is a massive momentum stock. You saw that they're looking to merge, I believe, with, is it Meta Material? They're looking to do a merger with a company, I believe. And that's had a very positive effect on the market. The market has reacted well to that merger, and that's what has seen the amazing price action that we have seen today. I'm really interested to know whether NAKD is going to announce some PR though with the 911 calls. I'm not sure if it's still on there. I wonder. More details. Intraday, post market. There's just a lot of walls at the moment. There's a lot of walls currently. See the 63, the 62 cent mark. 1.7 million of active selling. Crazy. So. What's capital currently? Profit distribution currently 29.91% profit. Pretty meh, pretty meh. The AI monitor low rebounds quickly up. That's what Mumu has said. Oh, so the AI actually picked up a big sell. At 64 cents, a 250k was sold, and that was right when the market opened. That's interesting. There we saw it quickly down, quickly down, quickly down. Yeah, I agree, Mist. We need it, we need it. The Nasdaq exchange currently has a volume of 1.53 in NAKD currently. The earnings per share currently is really good. How are we doing on the MACD? MACD's bearish at the moment, weirdly enough. We did see a slight bullish cross when we saw this price action here. But in general, it's been quite bearish, as we've seen. During trading hours, at least, it has been. It's weird because most of the price action for this stock currently happens in the pre or post market. I see a descending triangle at M30. So the descending triangle at the 30-minute chart, I mean, this is what I currently have it as. So I think what we're going to do is, I think, obviously not financial advice, but I think what we're going to see is we'll see it go down for a while. And, you know, seeing the lower low and, you know, where we can consolidate at. 58 cents seems like a good figure. As you saw here, this is the lowest we've ever been at. This 50, actually it's 56, yeah, around there, about. It's sort of like a bit more up. About there, right, I'll just call it there. So yeah, around 58 cents is where I expect a potential rebound off of. If not, then we're likely to see lows again, potentially down to around 50 cents before we see that spike, which will happen at some point. But personally, I believe what we're going to see is we'll see a spike sort of tomorrow, especially with this new NCSS rule taking place within AMC and GME, which will correlate with the price action of NAKD as well, especially if AMC goes up massively. That's the one that's really attached to NAKD at the moment. I mean, all of NAKD's stats are up from their previous years, which is great to see. So, like, as a fundamental stock, NAKD's in the best position it's ever been in. No worries, Fabian. No worries. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. Thank you all so much for the support you're all giving us, honestly. It's crazy. You lot are like, absolutely killing it. You know, we just had 20... We've had an average of around 20 people in here this whole stream. I've been streaming for around, well, I'll be finishing in about like 20 minutes. But it's been absolutely nuts. And I can't thank you enough, honestly. You've all absolutely killed it. And, you know, from the bottom of my heart and Josh's heart, we appreciate it massively. Thank you. Thank you for putting us in this position. So the earnings per share, as you see, we're expected to see actual better earnings per share, funnily enough, in the 2021 Q2. You see that this is what's projected on Moomoo based off 7 analysts. So that's interesting. We could see some very, very nice price action soon. Revenue as well. They expect the revenue to go up massively. This will be the $375 million worth of cash, which they've been screwing their tops. I'm interested in where the 75's coming from, though. I always thought it was only 300 million. So the fact that they projected 375 million, interesting to think about. But you could just see the gains that NAKD is currently making, right? And like especially this one for the 2021 Q1, they were spot on pretty much with their analysis. So this is probably going to be close to where it is, and this is based off 8 analysts. You see, everything is just up at the moment. So having a look at the RSI, we're currently sitting at 30 on the RSI, which isn't actually that bad, honestly. Oh, that's at AMC at least. I genuinely don't know what's actually going to happen with NAKD, if I'm being honest. Like, I do believe that it will spike, so, like, once it reaches a low. I just don't know when it's going to be. I don't know which low it's going to bounce off of, essentially. All right. Do you have anything else you want me to check out? Anyone at all in the chat? Now's your time. Give me stocks to look at, and I will try and analyze it and give you a rough idea of where I think it's going to go. God, that volume's increased. What the heck happened there? Is that my headphones? Yeah, we got 20 people in here. Surely there's someone who wants to give me a stock. Just quickly close that. UEX. Alright, let's have a look. So, UEX Corporated. So, oh, is it this one? Wait, am I looking at the wrong one? UEX. Is it this one here? UPA? Okay, I'll check that one out in a sec. Okay, so, I mean, a lot of barcoding here. Yeah, so there's some barcoding here at 31 cents. We have seen some random spikes up though. What I think, firstly, what actually is this stock? So it does actually give you giving you a analysis of what the stock actually is. Normally it gives you an about section. Obviously it's on pink sheets. Executives, shareholder positions. So Cameco Corporation, Maria Asset Global Investment. So where's their revenue come out of? So institutional holdings. So the actual institutional holdings have increased a fair bit. It's also here these investment managements have actually been adding to their positions, which is interesting. So they see something that we don't. Looking in the financial composition, so it's a mining. Okay, so it's to do with mining. Oh, United Parcel Services. Oh, okay, yeah, right. So yeah, so this is mining and minerals, right? So it's based in Canada. Oh, uranium company. Hold on. Oh, is that what this is? Yeah, uranium company. Okay. So yeah, uranium's actually one of those ones that could see increased use, I think. Just because of how bad like coal and stuff is for the environment. I think uranium's a bit better from what I know. The greenhouse gases and stuff. There is some interesting factors around this. What's the cash flow looking like? The recent cash flow is actually a lot better. The end cash position, currently 617 million. So changing cash minus 1 million. So, I mean, they've had a fairly bad cash flow month or quarter, but that could all change in the next earnings report, you know? So it may not be a bad one to bank on the news, potentially. Right, let's have a look at United Parcel Force, UPA. Oh wait, United parcel. UPS. So UPS has seen a dip very similar to the way the market has been correlating. So do you see this dip with the parcel force? So you see a nice rise up. I'm assuming this. When was this? When did this happen? So this was on the 26th of May. June. That would. Oh no, not June. April. That would be right. So 26th of April, it saw a massive rise, and that would be due to. I don't actually know. So there's volume growth, eclipse customers at UPS. 12. Oh, so UPS shares jumps 12% after revenue and earnings be estimated. I mean, oh, okay. So they actually had a better financial year by those things than what they were expecting, and that had a very positive reaction on the market, and that's why they brought up, and that's why you saw this big surgence up to around the $190 mark in the space of 2 days, which would have been a nice increase by about $15, right? So looking at today's price action, you currently see UPS's current high is at $218 as of recent. And it's currently trading at $204 now. When was the 16th? Arrival and USP have been working together and designed the best possible electric car vehicle for drivers. Yes, please. Hold on. Arrival and United States Parcel Force have been working together to design the best possible electric vehicle for drivers. That's very interesting. I like the sound of that. Because if that's successful, right, they could potentially sell that idea on and, you know, make a lot of money from it, potentially. You know, sort of patent it and sell it on to other companies like FedEx and, you know, other stuff. Because, you know how positive and, you know, how green the world's becoming, like how much we're all sort of about the environment these days. So the fact that they're going for electric vehicles and are trying to provide the best electric vehicle for their drivers and being as efficient as possible with it, it could be a very, very nice mechanism, especially if they, you know, they become a lot better. Thanks so much, bud. Yeah, I want to sell my UPS shares, 210 shares on July 16th. Yo, 210 shares. Yo, you're minted, mate. Fair play. On July 6th, and put them into NAKD. All right. Let's go, unless you tell me to hold them. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna keep it real, right? This right here could be a very, very good thing. If this happens here, Arrival and United States Parcel Force being working together for a possible electric vehicle for drivers, if that comes off positive, that could really improve the cash flow for UPS over the next financial year. And it will provide a lot more capital for the company. Now, you have to weigh that up though. Would you, like, because NAKD is a very fundamentally sound stock, right? However, UPS also is quite fundamentally sound in the sense that they have a good cash position, they have a good cash flow. So it depends what you want to do. What I would say is the gains for NAKD would probably be higher in terms of a percentage. But if you like those higher cap stops and a bit more security behind it, then UPS may be the stock for you, man. Like, it's all completely up to you, but you know, I think that NAKD, I put some money into NAKD, right? I keep shares within UPS. You don't have to put all your eggs in one basket, you know. It's good to have a little bit, you know. It's good to have your eggs spread out a little bit. So, you know, maybe sell some of your UPS shares and put it into NAKD, and you know, live the life. Just out of interest, Steve, what did you buy your UPS shares at? What's your average price? I always thought Dollar General was a good company. Not sure about the stock, but I do some shopping there. Okay. What's that? Is that sort of like Poundland? in the UK. You bought it at $99. That's a very nice profit. So you would roughly be making, so if you sold now, you make about $100 a share, and considering you have 210, sorry, 210. Yeah, so you'd be making around 21 grand off it. So that's a good return. That's a very good return, actually. I mean, you double your money, which, to be honest, in stocks is quite difficult to do, you know. It's difficult to see a 100% gain. AMC, NAKD, and stocks like that, they're not normal stocks, right? UPS is a normal stock. That's what it should be. You shouldn't see these massive gains in a day. It's just because of the way the world works now. Social media has become an absolute game changer, and it really influences the price of certain stocks. And for example, a big example of that is Dogecoin, when that saw that massive spike just from Elon Musk tweeting and promoting it and having that massive Dogecoin army behind it. Very similar as well to the Shiba Inu sort of spike that we saw as well. Shiba Inu, like, fundamentally, it is dog, but it is just, you know, the community behind it, the retail investors, the power of that community push it further. Very similar to NAKD with the NAKD army. It's that group of people that push it to new heights. And you know, you don't get that in your normal UPS stock. Like, I mean, look at the volume today for UPS. I mean, granted, the volume actually isn't that bad. 719,000 for a $200 stock's not bad. But compare that with GameStop, which is also a $200 stock, with 4.27 million worth of volume. Do you sort of see the difference? Like, social media, like, GameStop is not as fundamentally sound as UPS. It's not. Anyone who says it is lying to themselves. UPS is much more fundamentally sound than GameStop, but GameStop has that backing. It's got that community. It's got that new method of investing behind it, and that's what it's seeing, the price action it's seeing, and why you're getting as much volume behind it as it currently is. It's like NAKD as well. You know, for a normal stock like this stock shouldn't be seeing nearly as much volume. I mean, the maximum volume this should be seeing is about a couple million max, you know? I mean, the fact that we've seen 15 million in the first 2 hours of trading is just absolutely phenomenal. It's actually ridiculous, honestly. And AMC is a $50 stock with 64 million volume. Like, are you for real? 64 million people have, well, there's been 64 million shares traded of AMC within the first 2 hours of trading, plus the pre-market, right? It's just a completely different world. It really is. No, so NAKD, when they did their first initial public offering, it was trading really high. I mean, we saw right back in the day when it was, wait, when was this? So this was on this would be 2020, I believe. But NAKD reached $1,000. And when NAKD originally came on the market as well, right back in the day, you know, it's been trading weird places, you know. Oh, that's like, look how high NAKD has been when it was first put on the market in 2013. Like, what even is that? Like, what? And then we saw it come down massively, understandably so. And then it consolidated around 200. It actually spiked back up to about 1,000, came down, spiked up 1,000. And now we're seeing lows of 60 cents. It's actually like, like, how has this happened? Like, I mean, look, so when was this? When do we see this? So this was 06/15/2018 was when we saw this massive spike up to $1,100. And I'm tempted to see what it was. I know, that would have been awful. 0618 0618. I don't go back that far. Oh yeah. 06, yeah, so 09, when was this? So 0620. 06, it'll be around here. DJ Naked Brand Group halted due to news release. So this must have been a massive press release that really, really boosted the company up, right? Yeah, exactly. And you sort of see, we saw this downward ladder then. And this was when the hedge funders started to come in and short the stock when this happened, right? This has been going on for years. Like, it's not just a recent thing. This has been happening for a long time, but it's only being cracked on now, especially with the AMC and GME, right? So we saw it come down. I mean, we saw it trading, and you know, then we saw it come down at a very low of 0.36, and even 0.1. I mean, we saw it at 0.006, 6 pennies. So it has gone from $1,000 down to 6 pennies. Right? That's not normal. That is not normal price action. How has a stock gone from $1,000 down to 6 pennies? Doesn't make sense, right? So, yeah, to cut a long story short, I mean, do I think we're ever going to see this again? No. $1,000 and the current financial position of NAKD is a big stretch. I think that NAKD could potentially... You see, mine and George's estimate was around $70, but now seeing that, I don't know, man. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult to project. I mean, we're in a strong position. We're in a strong position, put it that way. We're in a strong position to see new heights again. Chat, do you have any other stocks you want me to check out? If you do, let me know. OCGN, okay. That's a great. What would be a good comparison to gauge what its true value is? Now, Victoria's Secrets isn't a good example because obviously NAKD is moving towards e-commerce and Victoria's Secrets is very much brick and mortar. Victoria's Secrets though may get acquired by NAKD, especially now that they've come out of contract with L Brands. Definitely potential there. OCGN is another example of a very, very momentum-based stock. It's similar to TRCH in the sense that, you know, when you have the volume behind it, it's really going to boom. I mean, TRCH today has seen disgusting volume, and that's why you see the price action it's seen today. OCGN, like I said, I mean, they have had some good news recently, didn't they? Like, when was this? So this was back on the 2nd of May. So on the 2nd of May, shares trade higher after the company announces studies showing Covaxin is potentially so this is a Covaxin. So this is why it spiked up, because of a successful FDPR, what's it called? You know, FDP approval. I think it's something like that. So it's to do with medicine, right? So it sort of got through its trial. And that's why we saw it boom like that. And very similarly, we saw it come down. And then I reckon some more news broke sort of around this time here when we saw that other spike up. So it's very news driven and very retail heavy. If the investors get behind it and produce the volume with the backing of a catalyst, like, you know, a successful trial of a vaccine or whatever, could potentially see new highs. And it's based in Pennsylvania as well. So, you know, being American-based, the company, like in pharmaceuticals, is always going to do pretty well. America is a great place for pharmaceutical companies. And I think, yeah, so... Yeah. Does anyone have any other stocks you want me to check out? I mean, looking from a financial perspective, I mean, it's predicted that OCGN is actually going to be down. But that's only based off 3 analysts, so it's not the be-all and end-all. But, yeah, it's apparently not... I mean, they've got a lot more assets they do liabilities. That was a very good financial year in 2020, so they can follow suit with that. Very, very high potential. So in terms of, yes, their revenue is predicted to be down. They actually made 781,000. Oh no, that'll be $78,100,000. So that was pretty pog. That was nice. So yeah, I mean, OCGN is projected to be down off their financials coming up, but you never know. You never know with it. They could see new heights again, but personally, right now, I'd be bearish in a sense of fundamentals, but considering it's news driven, I'm sort of bullish the fact that it could see some very positive news in the future, but it just needs to have that cash behind it to be able to drive it upwards, in my opinion. All my opinion, not financial advice. I'm always one of those traders that always likes to see a positive in a company. I mean, there are obviously flaws and there are negatives within companies, but, you know, I like focusing on the positives, really, instead of, you know, always being negative about a company. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is going to do it for today's live stream. We have been live for over 2 hours, so I've managed to maintain my stream schedule, which is absolutely poggers. Thank you everyone who has tuned in today, showing me love. We've had about 20 people with me the whole time, you know, giving me stocks to check out, allowing the stream to flow well, and I appreciate you all massively. Be sure to share the channel with your mates and get everyone involved in it. It helps more than you can even imagine. So thank you for watching. This has been your boy Sad for Train. See you in the next video or live stream on the channel.